Hi, this is Cathy with Chapter 2 of Lucky Lure at Arrow Point by Mary Daem. Chapter 2. Jamie jumped up and down on his good leg with excitement. First they were going backward, then they were turning, and all the time the big paddles went thump and swish and thump and swish, and the boat engines throbbed. There was water all around them. There was water underneath them. Jamie wanted to look everywhere at once. "Can you see that little dent in the shoreline over there, son?" Captain Jones pointed with one finger. Jamie crinkled his eyes, but he saw just rocks and trees. "Use these then, and see if you can find a log cabin." The captain handed Jamie a pair of funny-looking glasses. Jamie tried them wrong end too, and he couldn't see a thing. He turned them round. Everything was bigger. Right across the lake he could see something. It looked like a doll's house. Jamie's mouth drooped. "I can see it, but my grandmother wrote me she had a beach and apple trees and a white gate." "Oh, that isn't Arrow Point. Your grandmother does have a beach and a red roof on her house. This place is a logging camp. We are taking them their groceries." Jamie put down the glasses and sat back in his chair. His leg was aching a bit. He watched the water, and there was so much of it. He looked at the mountains, and they were so steep. He began to get a little nervous. What if they couldn't stop and the boat went right into the mountain? He clutched the arms of his chair as the rock walls rushed at them. "We won't hit, you know," Captain Jones' kind voice drawled. "What would your grandmother say if I didn't deliver you today?" Jamie felt a bit ashamed. He didn't know how the captain knew he had been afraid. The captain blew his whistle, and a man and a woman and a big yellow dog came hurrying out of the cabin to get the groceries. The big dog sat down and howled, and he sounded just like the whistle. Then he sat up and begged, and all the passengers on the deck laughed. The cook came out of the galley and threw a big bone to the dog. His yellow tail wagged so fast it was only a blur. "Oh," Jamie gasped, "isn't that a wonderful dog? I wish I had a dog like that. Say, maybe my grandmother has a dog. Has she, Captain Jones?" Captain Jones was very busy at the wheel. He coughed and cleared his throat. "Well, now," he answered, she hasn't." Jamie was puzzled. "Your father used to have a dog that went in the boat with him when he went fishing." "Did you know my father, too?" Jamie was getting so many surprises. "Why, of course, son. I remember him rowing all over the lake when he wasn't much bigger than you. And the fish he caught." Jamie's eyes grew very big. "He didn't have a lame leg like mine, though, did he?" "No, but then I've never seen anyone rowing a boat with their legs, have you?" And he laughed a big booming laugh. "I guess maybe I could try," Jamie concluded. "Rowing a boat, I mean, but not with my legs." "That sounds like your father's boy," Captain Jones said in a satisfied voice. 2 times more the big paddles pushed the minnow close into shore and delivered things for the people who lived there. And then it was almost time to go into Arrow Point. "We'll be there very soon now," Captain Jones told Jamie. "Now I'm going to ask the first mate to come and get you and put you safely ashore. I want you to promise to wave to me every time we go by this summer, and hold up those fish you catch for me to see." "Oh, I will," Jamie promised. "Do you think I could catch a really big one?" "There used to be a fish that stayed around Arrow Point that was positively a monster. I saw him twice. 4 feet long if he was an inch. Everyone tried to catch him, but he was too wise. Maybe he's still there. Maybe you'll be the one to catch him." Jamie's eyes nearly popped out of his head. 4 feet long. The first mate came for him, and he said goodbye to the captain. He rode down the steep stairs on the mate's shoulder. Down on the lower deck, the water was very close. Jamie was suddenly scared. He hung on to the first mate's hand tight. Then the whistle blew, and the boat crept around a wooded point, and smack in front of him was his own grandmother's place. It was just as pretty as she had said it was in her letters. The roof was a bright red. There were flowers in front, and a white picket fence, and a sandy beach, and a bit of a wharf. A fat little dumpling of a woman, with hair that was white as snow, stood shading her eyes with her hand. Jamie just stared and forgot to get off. The first mate picked him up and handed him over to one of the deckhands like a sack of mail. and before Jamie collected his wits, the boat was backing out again, and he was standing in the sunshine on some wide wooden planks with his suitcase and some cardboard boxes beside him. Then two big arms were around him, and he was nearly hugged to pieces. His grandmother smelled so nice, of baking and of flowers. She had smiling tears in her eyes. Jamie loved her right away. "So here you are at last, dear," she said. "My, but I'm glad to see you. You're thin, laddie, and white as milk. But we'll soon have those things fixed. You're a sight for these old eyes." It's the end of chapter 2.